Pew, 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 pew. What's up, guys? I've been thinking of ways to deal with COPA, and I think I find myself in a predicament, as a lot of you guys do, for reasons of the fact of what we chose to get into, or most of us chose to get into, anyways, by being a niche. We have, obviously all of us could have taken a different direction with our channel. We choose to chase the hobby, and unfortunately, the hobby is never going to be a guarantee of whether you're going to blow up and get a bunch of views and all those things. We chose a pretty elite category here of stuff to do on YouTube, so your following is always going to be relatively small. Tater, what's up, buddy? Even if you do blow up, what is blowing up considered? I mean, if you're doing something niche, can you really expect anything over like 2 or 300,000, subscribers at any point? It seems very niche-ish. So Laser Void, what's up, man? Ryan C, what's going on? Michael, how's it hanging, buddy? So I think I've come up with a few ways of dealing with COPA, but with that being said, it also is going to make me alter the way that I've been doing my content on my channel for the entire time that I've run my channel. There's also a few other things I want to cover with people that are confused, and I see the confusion, and I want to help you solve that problem. So today we're going to talk a little bit about COPA. If anybody would like to join the stream, I'm going to post the invite link as soon as I see you pop up in the backstage. I will go ahead and bring you on the panel, and then we'll cover a few other things. Bradley, how's it going? Laser, I think I've had better days. I've had worse ones, man. I'm dealing with, even though I'm losing weight, Tater for car parts. Well, thank you, Tater. That is awesome of you, sir. Honestly, everything at this point helps. I can't sell my boat for the life of me right now. This is crazy. I went from like $1,200 down to $800. I'm about to drop it to $700. I'm not even going to get back what I put into it in the slightest, which is unfortunate, but I have to sell it to do things. So there you go, man. That's so yeah, anything helps there, Tater. So awesome. Who watches the LA Beast? I do watch LA Beast. He's funny. I don't watch him like I used to, but the dude's a legend for sure. Ryan C, feel free, man. The link is posted right there if you'd like to pop in. But I think today we're going to cover COPA and what is happening with COPA. I think you're going to find that a lot of the large channels are going to start disappearing and not care anymore. You also have to take into consideration that COPA is affecting what we chose as a hobby. You know what I mean? It's unfortunately the videos that we make that get views and get participation and get the content out there that people get clicking and trending on is basically my videos and review videos. So unfortunately all those videos are watched by kids. Now how do you combat that with COPA? Ryan, how's it hanging, man?
Hey, buddy.
So how do you combat that with COPA? COPA is the FTC and COPA are obviously, I want to protect children, right? I really do. Like, I get it. I get why they're doing it, but they shouldn't have made it the creator's problem. And you should be able to set your channel as I am for 18 or older and still be monetized. You shouldn't have to say all my videos are age restricted, because age restricted is not the way to set your channel. You will not grow. Nothing will go in trending. You'll kill your entire channel algorithm by putting your channel as age restricted. There's a difference as not for kids, for adults, and age restricted content. If you change over to age restricted content, you're just killing your YouTube channel. If you just set all your videos as age restricted, you killed your channel. Okay. Now, yes, you can, if you do it quick enough and you put all your videos back up, yes, if you wait more than 3 days, then you're going to lose your entire algorithm if you did that. So I apologize for anybody who took somebody else's advice and thought that was a good idea. That was a bad idea. But how do you combat COPA? How do you, as what we got into as a niche, this is a niche community. Most of our stuff gets watched by kids, whether it's, 5 to 12-year-olds or 13-year-olds and up. You know, how do you figure out what videos are for who? You know, some of you guys want to monetize, some of you don't, some of you just want to grow, some of you want to get sponsorship, some of you are just here to use this as video sourcing to put all your videos up and save them. You know, but I don't know if you guys know this, but if you're not monetized, YouTube has made it clear that they're going to be going through and deleting YouTube channels that are not commercially viable. So basically, if you're not monetized, it sounds like they're just going to start going around deleting channels that aren't helping them earn money. So for all of you that have put your videos on YouTube and using it as a video source all this time, you may want to start downloading your videos because apparently at any point in time, YouTube after January 1st can just start deleting channels that aren't making them money. So take that into consideration. Yes, that is black and white. It is written down in the new YouTube guidelines. So for those of you that are like, you're lying, you're not being honest, blah, 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 you're just coming up with stuff, it is in the new guidelines. Feel free to read it if you haven't already. There are big changes coming to this platform. Now, I have been monetized for a while. I'm going to continue to fight for this. I am also on I'm on why can't I think of BitChute? Me and Gaz FPV and a bunch of other guys have made our way over to BitChute. We've started uploading our content over there. It's kind of like YouTube, just a little bit different. So yeah, no, I get it. They got sued $175 million, which actually for Google was like pennies. But you know, the whole thing is here, guys, they're doing it for child protection. What has happened, though, is YouTube just gave in. They didn't want to help create any way for content creators to just click a button saying, my channel is only for 18-year-olds, and that's it. I'm sorry, if you're under 18, you can't watch my content. That would have been the easiest way to do it, but they chose not to go that route. They chose to let the content creators make the decisions, and either way it goes, FTC can overrule those decisions at any point in time. And you get a fine for $42,530 per infraction or violation. So pretty crazy stuff going on YouTube right now. A lot of your bigger channels are leaving. PewDiePie is leaving for DLive. He's one of the largest channels out there on YouTube. And you know that there's a problem when the big people start walking away. Okay, Casey Neistat says he's going somewhere else as well. McJuggernauts, we knew that he was leaving on January 1st for another platform. You're losing massive, big YouTube channels to this because a lot of their subscriber base is kids. Now think about this, guys. If you also set your channel for kids only, okay, like mine is only for adults, all of the people that are on your channel that are under the age of 13 that have been watching your videos religiously because of the type of stuff that you're doing, those subscribers now cannot watch your content either. So you're losing that viewership right there by having to make a decision between kids and adults. The whole thing is really crazy, man. It really is. It's gotten to the point where it's extremely frustrating to deal with. So long story short, it got me thinking the other day. And I started thinking about how can I revamp my channel to a point where, you know, I'm gonna make money, I'm gonna continue going forward, and I'm gonna continue to grow without having to worry about whether I'm catering to kids or not. Because obviously, if you're catering to kids, you're not going to get monetized. And I need to keep my content adult oriented so I can make money but still reach out to the masses. Now that's the big question. How do you do that? Well, basically, my first suggestion to you guys is to go back through all of your videos and any review video that you have. Trust me, kids are watching it. If you're worried about getting in trouble with the FTC, set all of your review videos as meant for children. If you're monetized, I'm sorry, you're going to lose monetization over that. Okay? That's something that's going to happen. All of your adult content can continue being monetized. That sucks for us because the big money makers are the views. You get a ton of views for product reviews, and you get a lot of views for modifications. So basically, the two biggest things that are going to help you grow and make money in the niche that we chose are the two that they have basically taken away from us. So how do you make money? How do you go from here? Well, I think the idea now is maybe it's time to stop doing product reviews and start pushing your channel towards something else. I would say that the hobby is dying. And as much as I don't like to say that, I'm fairly certain that's the truth. I also think YouTube is a dying platform unless you can somehow figure out how to revamp yourself and commit to the things that are necessary to grow your channel. Um, it's dying. It's dying. Ryan, do you have any thoughts on this, man? I've just been kind of ranting here for a minute. Cali Beauty, what's up? Jackson.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt because you're on a good streak, man.
Yeah, go ahead. Actually, I still have more, but I wanted to. You're in here. I may as well let you have a say.
Yeah.
So.
First of all, your big top side topic here, your trip to the big top, man, that was awesome. That brought back memories. The only thing I was a little sad by is you didn't walk out with some boiled peanuts.
No, actually, I did. Like I said, man, they had just opened. I tried to get down there before church started coming in.
And in regards to what you're saying, the last comment that you made about YouTube is a dying platform, I'm not quite certain about that, only because of their reach. And I think it's a little bit too early to say. I still think YouTube, at the very end of the day, is going to pull the nose up and take the responsibility away from the content creators. I think it's going to take them some time, but all this negative press is going to chew at them. And I think at the very last minute, they're going to be like, hey, look, we're implementing this to get the FTC off your back. And I don't think it's a dying platform. At least I think at the very least, it's too early to say yet.
Oh, when I say dying, I mean dying as far as the content creators go. The content creators are leaving.
Well,
YouTube will remain because of their TV series, their shows, and their streaming.
But well, playing devil's advocate, if all these people are leaving, that means less competition for you as a content creator to be different. So maybe it could be, a good thing.
I agree. However, the problem is the niche that we chose. Once again, we get back to this niche thing. And the way that we grow as content creators by choosing hobby, which is a very elite thing to pick on YouTube anyways, to try to grow yourself, which, as you can see over the years, has been extremely frustrating. An example, I have 3 million views on my YouTube channel. Out of 3 million people that watched my channel, only 10,000 felt the need to subscribe. That's what we consider elite or niche. Not even a 1% bracket subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's crazy.
What do you think your percentage of your channel is drone users?
Say that again.
What percentage out of your channel do you think is actually drone owners or users?
Well, you have to remember, I've branched out. I'm not just drone worship. I do all of the hobbies. So I have boat people on my channel, car people, truggies, buggies. I kind of test a little bit of everything. So I think I have it from all different sides. That's my issue, is that I'm not just a drone based channel. I'd also do tech reviews on my channel. So, do I think I would say it's probably half drones and the other half is all the rest of the stuff. Let's do that.
Yeah, I was hoping you would say something else other than that percentage, but I would say you're probably right.
Yeah. As much as I don't want to say that, I think that's pretty accurate.
I mean, I'm not a drone guy, and I'm here.
All right. Well, how did you find my channel? Let's do that, Ryan.
I found your channel through word of mouth from Ryan D's Nuts, who is a drone fanatic, I believe.
Yes, he is.
And I play a game that he also enjoys called War Robots.
Mm-hmm.
And I've recently started a YouTube channel myself, unfortunately. But I've been doing some charity and donation work through that channel. And that's how I came to find you through your time of need.
Gotcha. Yeah, man.
I'm the guy that offered you a car.
I remember. No, I remember, man. I remember everything that's happened up to this point. I was just curious how you got to know me. And I think I asked you that once already, and you told me it was Ryan. So,
yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, man. It's kind of coming back, a little refresher here. But yeah, I've had a lot on my mind. I'm sure you can tell. It's just been crazy. Like today, more doctor's appointments, more visits, more prepping my body for a transplant that I don't know when is going to happen. So yeah, good times.
I don't want to take you off your COPA talk too much, but the offer still stands. And aside from that offer, anything else that I could personally do to help, I can give you my number. And I know the whole pride thing and all that. I get that, but maybe we can do something off air. Just let me know.
All right. Well, like I said, my email address, which I supply to It's in like every one of my videos, man. That way you can just email me and we can go from there if you want to do
I'll
that.
reach out to you.
Does that work? All right,
Yeah, I'll reach out to you, buddy.
We'll get that figured out. We'll see what happens, man. Because at this point, it's getting crazy. I don't even know where to go from here. So, poopsies. Roland, what's up? All right. So, anyways, back to Copa. You good? We'll get back to that real fast. You know, I was trying to think of ways to revamp my channel, and I think I've come up with a few ways to do that. And aim it more at adults instead of kids without having to worry about whether I'm buying the newest products or I'm, having the newest things. I think all that is really overrated. I think I've been tired of that for more than a year. I've been doing this for 4 years, going on 5 years on YouTube, just the hobby stuff. And honestly, I'm sick and tired of who's got the best equipment. It's really getting old. I hate the idea of having to upgrade every month. Like, oh my God, the new Skydio's coming out. Who's going to buy it? Oh, the new Mavic Mini. Oh, views. I just want views. If you think about it, it's not really giving you any kind of payback, unless you're some people that caught a very good jump on things like Kelly, who's been doing this a long time. Ken, who was a radio show owner for, Ken Heron, who's a radio show guy. And then you just have some people that are very talented, have the money for good equipment. Ken Dono, stuff like that, who's tech savvy, very tech savvy, smooth talking voice, good at editing. These are ways that you're going to grow. But I think for the majority of the people, it's kind of not really going to happen in the fashion that everybody thinks it's going to. So I started thinking about how I can revamp that style that I'm used to doing and somehow commit it to a new side of things that's going to bring more adventure in, as opposed to, just talking drones all day and product review. We can still talk drones. At this point, I don't really care who's got the newest equipment. I think it's just gotten old, all this bickering and fighting between drone owners about who has what. You know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts on that, Ryan?
Yeah, I think that will help you. I don't know, crawl out of the niche that you say you're in. I think, though, you're not giving yourself credit with your content creation. Your mix of content and how you splice it together, and then the layers that you add onto it, is a recipe that a lot of people don't have. I've been watching you for a little while now, and I'm constantly impressed with the choice of music that you blend in. I'm constantly impressed with where you decide to end things. I'm entirely impressed with your intros and commentary. It's amazing. And that's what makes a good YouTube video. And then that's what gets you your followers.
Well, I get that. I understand it. Thank you for saying that, man. But I'm doing everything on a cell phone. Like I said, I'm not even using regular software on a PC. I just do everything for.
But, buddy, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I tell you what, if you want an idea, why don't you pay some guy to put on a helmet and you just crash drones into them for a day?
That's actually kind of funny, and I have a stupid friend who would do that.
That'll get you some views.
Yeah. That's actually a really good idea. Yeah, the KO drone. We'll just keep attaching larger hammers to it until it knocks my friend out with a helmet on. Ball pin hammer to the face. It could be fun. Tater. Yes, I hate that. I just showing having fun.
Dark.
Yeah. So I think all of you really need to take an in-depth look at your channel, because if you plan on staying around on YouTube, you have about a month to meet what their requirements are for being monetized. And then if you don't, I think it's time to start getting worried about whether they're going to keep your channel on YouTube or not. I think now is the time. If you ever thought about busting your ass to put out content and, make yourself a better YouTuber and all of the above, if you have any questions, guys, my email address is there. I can tell you where I get my music from. I can tell you what to look for. I can tell you, the reason I choose a lot of the music and stuff that I do is because I look back at my analytics on my older videos, and you can see the appreciation value difference of, something where you didn't put much time and effort into it, and you just found some music to put on there versus, you know, spending time finding the right music that goes with the content. You know, there's a lot that really is.
Oh man, you're killing it for me now.
Well,
I
no,
thought you
but
were picking it because this was like something from your jam days. This is what you like listening to,
oh,
or
I do, but you have to understand that I also try to find the remix of the things that I like. You have to remember that most of the time a remix version of your music that you like, you know what I'm saying, is the only one that's going to be accepted on YouTube without copyright strikes. You get where
yeah,
I'm going?
yeah, I gotcha.
So yes, this is music I listen to. That's why it's fun for me, because I'm like, yeah, you know, but I also like to make the monetization. And if I use the regular version of that song, then I get capped. But if I find the remix version of it, you know, and I run it through YouTube's thing and it doesn't detect it, then I go, there you go. I can use it and it's fun and people are going to know the song and it's going to be interesting. It's going to have some cuts to it and there's going to be some, you know, a different side of it they haven't heard. And then sometimes I get away with, you know, if I know a very specific video requires a very specific song, I will take the hit and take the copyright, not because I don't get a strike. It just I don't get monetized for the video. But I would rather entertain you than worry about making 50 cents off a video that's only going to get 400 views. You know what I'm saying? So there's a
Right.
difference. If I think there's entertainment value in it, then yes, I'll use the exact song that I want to, and I'll take the copyright on it. So I don't know, man. I can, if anybody has questions about the software I use, anything, if any kind of questions about where I get the music, how I get the music, where I get the little cutscenes from YouTube, where I get my intros made, all that stuff. Most of them I make myself. Some of them I did pay for. I like to switch it up. I don't like to do the same thing again and again and again, you know. So, but it's there for you. It's there. I'm here if you have the questions.
I found myself interesting in watching you work on the vehicle, or at least gather the parts for it.
That's coming today. Detroit axle just dropped off the rotors. I'm just debating whether I want to do the rotors when I do the CV axles or just because then I'm doing the job twice. You know what I mean?
This might be a stupid question, but how the hell are you doing this when you've had a ball operation recently?
I didn't say it doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
Everything hurts.
I don't know how that works out, man.
Yeah, it works because you just kind of fight your way through it and take breaks as needed. You know, being on my back isn't such a bad thing because it allows the liquid to continue flowing back into my abdomen as opposed to getting down into surgical areas. Standing up is what kills me. So as long as I can stay on my back the majority of the time for the job, it's actually not too bad. Which I will be. I'll be on my back for the most of it. Even doing the brake job, I can lay down on my back and just grab the parts, lean over, put them in. You know, a lot of it's really simple. I also have a friend that I can call. Now the CV axles, they're a different story, man. That requires some pounding and a lot of a lot of penetrating oil and breaking nuts.
Easy, easy. Come on. I don't. Is
Hey,
this kids
hey,
only or what?
huh?
It's just joking. It
Oh,
was a cool
Roland,
joke.
Ruland. I'm sorry, buddy. I left you hanging there for a minute.
All good, mate. I was just in.
Yeah, Dan. What about the app Live Me? It has 500 million. That's what I'm talking about. Live Me and Live D. I use BitChute. BitChute's climbing fast and it's growing quickly. Well, thank you, Michael. Floyd, what's happening? Penetrating oil. Yes, man. That's the best for breaking nuts and bolts loose. Females' clothing. What? Roland, where's the lady?
Relaxing on the couch.
Oh, that's fun. Debating what I'm going to do after I get my flu shot. Come home, put the stabilizers on my car, or I should say the sway bars on my car.
Oh, you get this flu shot?
I have to, man, especially with liver problems. That is a must.
Then it's good you're not here because I got a little bit of the flu.
No. Stay away, bro. Stay away.
Nah, you can handle that.
Water displacement, 40th formula. Oh, I'll have to check that out. So, Roland, your channel is suffering.
Yeah.
Suffering from COPA. What are your
Yes.
plans?
I really don't know. It's made it less fun to do streaming and things on YouTube, because I also think there's a lot of youth on our channels channels exactly. Yeah.
The good
then
thing
when
is
you
you're not selling a product to them though, so you're okay. You can say that it's for kids if you want to, or adults. You're not monetized, right, Roland? No.
No.
So you can say that yours is for kids because, well, the only thing you'll have to cut out is the lick my
Yeah,
balls.
exactly. And you
Yeah.
have to watch your chat more, if you know what I
Right,
mean.
and then
because
you'll have to-
sometimes that's also
yeah.
a little bit.
So what if you're not selling anything? What if you are doing it for a game, YouTube for a game, but you have a disclaimer: viewer discretion is advised. If you're 13, yada yada yada, get out of here. That's not acceptable.
Doesn't work that way. FTC sees it as if you are here's and this is where things really took a twist for me was reading through their stuff. They said if it has the attractiveness for kids, it doesn't have to be kid based, but just have the attractiveness that a child would want to click on it and check it out.
Yeah, that's
vague as hell.
Yeah.
That is super vague, man.
Even a dancing cucumber can be attractive.
Right? Yeah. And now, if you're wrong and you put your video as like for adults only, and the FTC comes and they watch the video and they go, "Well, now hold up, this is where things get really out of hand." They go, "Hold up, we don't think that this dude's being accurate. We could see kids wanting to watch this." Well, how does the FTC get to decide what a kid wants to watch?
Well, it's done by an individual. They're going to hire people and they're going to handle out these surveyors.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they're going to do it. So it's going to be left to individual. Sure, there might be some additional oversight after that, but they're just going to hand these surveyors these forms, and if it meets any of those criteria, then it's bad news.
So like I said, I went back through my entire channel and I set all of my reviews as any review that I've done on my channel over the past 4 years has been set for kid friendly. I'm losing all the monetization on those videos. It sucks, man, because that means all Hubsan products, everything that's still getting 100,000 views plus, now I won't see a dime from because kids are watching that stuff. Now, my argument, and here's my biggest argument, and I think a lot of you should gear up for this argument when the FTC comes knocking on your door, is that drones cannot be flown by under 16, right? So if you are testing hobby grade products like DJI Phantom products or big drones, when they come knocking on your door and say, "Well, we think kids would watch us," well, it doesn't matter because they can watch it all they want. It's still designed for a 16-year-old. Legally, they can't own that product anyways and fly it unless they're 16 or older. So
isn't that what YouTube got in trouble for, and that's why the FTC is after them?
Pretty much, man. There's a lot. No, they were using cookies for the past 6 years. So they were using cookies to keep track of what kids wanted, and then they were putting ads on those kids' videos that would attract the mind of a child, right? And then try to get their parents to part with the money. And you can't.
That's also what they hate about the in-game. Like if you play a game, and you have to buy apples or pears or.
I, as much as I hate to say it, I love the fact that these little nerdy kids now have to go find a new hobby, go outside. Get away from Fortnite.
Oh,
jeez, man. Fortnite just blew. I think a lot of it had to do with parents complaining about Fortnite.
My kid's in there playing Fortnite right now.
I'm telling you, I have a feeling with the amount of, like, there was one lady who reached out to her news sourcing, and that story developed quickly, talking about how it's more addictive than drugs are. This Fortnite game. And that's where Child Protective stepped in and they were like, hold on a minute now. Okay. We can't have, why are all these, how did this blow up in the first place? And then they started backtracking it and they realized YouTube was using cookies to push Fortnite. And after
not
that,
only that, it's also like all the vloggers here in the Netherlands. They're mostly kids-based channels, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And
So what about
they
TV,
always
though?
putting in like small thingies, advertising, like they put over here the Samsung phone or the iPhone, or they show a golden earplug, or etc. etc. You know, and it's all sponsorships for them, and that's what they're talking about here in the Netherlands. That they want to, yeah, they don't want to see that anymore because it's advertising, and yeah, like on TV, you know, you buy on TV, you know
Mm-hmm.
what advertise and what time to send it out, so etc etc. But on the tube, they can't control that. The government can't
Uh,
control that.
That's Dan. I mean, that's he. I maybe piggyback off of him is that the FTC's over TV. The TV is doing exactly this.
Yeah,
How is
yeah.
this any different than the TV?
But and that's the thing, is that the TV is using internet surveys to keep track of what the kids want, and then they're pushing that survey off on the
But
TV
TV gets
stations and
analytical.
telling them what ads to show. What's that?
I was just going to say that TV gets analytical data as well. So I'm just wondering, how is it really different?
Well, and that's the thing. A lot of us feel that the FTC has overstepped their boundaries on this one. We don't think that what they're doing is okay. Like, it seems very intrusive. It seems like they're kind of attacking our personal rights. There's a lot involved, and it's like I said, Rulon, you aren't going to take the effect of this, man. You know, as much as you think you are, you're not, because you don't live here.
Yeah, exactly. But
This
what
is
they
only
do
the
then is that,
U.S.
His
but
content
they
does,
just
though.
have to close the channel.
But
That's what I read in the.
his content doesn't. He can't get in trouble where he lives. Just the FTC may say, okay, we're going to ban his channel from being seen by the U.S.
Yeah,
which is what could happen, because he's trying. You know, he's still showing content for kids.
I guarantee you, his content doesn't live in the U.S. though. So that content lives in the United States, or that content lives in the United States on YouTube server farm.
Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is, our FTC is our Federal Trade Commission. That's like
Right.
like going over to Roland's country, and whoever controls his airspace tells us what to do. No, you don't. You don't tell the U.S.
But
what
it's
to do.
effectively the same thing. If the FTC says, "Hey, he's an asshat," then YouTube can yank his content offline, or delete his content entirely, or
YouTube won't delete his content. What'll happen is they'll just make it so that it can't be seen in certain countries.
in certain countries.
See what I'm saying? Which is what happened in my channel a while ago. They cut off certain countries to me. I don't know why. They sent me a notification saying, we're not going to show your content here, 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 or here anymore. You know,
I
and it
have
was
that
like,
sometimes when I use copyrighted music.
Yep,
Sometimes it says also it's not going to be shown in Germany or different countries. Yeah.
I agree with that, Jackson. He says this is nothing more than backdoor censorship. That's why you must always follow the money. Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, but I think YouTube really gave in on this one. I think they didn't even want it. They didn't even put up a fight. They were just like, hey, listen, FTC, whatever, man. You know, just whatever. Okay, we'll enact the simplest of features to let the content creators decide, so they can be held accountable for their own actions.
Yeah, well, I also think it's a money issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Saves them a lot of money if they do on
Dalton Merrill, what's up, buddy?
Oh, hold on.
So yeah, man, I think Copa's bad news, man. This whole Copa thing and FTC is bad news. Who is it? Jeremy Johns, is that his name? The lawyer is fighting for us right now. He's like, this is total baloney. This is utter baloney what they're doing. I think he had. Did you sign the petition, Ryan?
I did. Yeah, it's just unbelievable that wording from the 90s is applying to the technological state we are in today.
Well, did you see what they're doing now to videos that have any kind of violence in them at all, even if it's fake or staged?
No, I haven't seen that.
So they're requiring the WWE now to not show chairs hitting people in the face, and they have to make the cutscene right before it happens, and it looks jittery and it looks horrible.
Okay, so what's the end game here from the FTC point of view? I mean, like, what in the hell?
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like they want YouTube to fail. They're tired of it. It's like they just want to be done with it. It's the same thing with drones. It's like they're tired of drones. They just want to be done with them. So how can we just keep shutting them down? And the more frustrating it becomes, the more people leave, and we don't have to deal with it anymore.
I feel like the next step is that they're going to gather the content creators into a concentration camp and gas us.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you. YouTube got sued by someone, and they now require all channel content creators to flag their videos if they're inappropriate for children. Well, we get that. We get that. I'm just saying, like, they have made it very clear in a lot of the guidelines, if you read through them now, that there are very specific things you just can't do anymore. Like PewDiePie's biggest audience was what, like 8-year-olds through like what, 15-year-olds? Like, those are the people watching PewDiePie. That dude's channel just went. He's been making millions, every year for the past like 4 years, and now he's making dirt squat. PewDiePie's got to be pissed. I'm surprised he hasn't done a video about it yet.
I don't know. I think at his income level, you just let the $42,000 fine slide.
Yeah, but how many times are you going to let it fly? If he just keeps putting out content and kids are watching it, how many times can you pay $42,530 before you go, wow, this is getting ridiculous?
Well, for me, it would be the first one.
Yeah, well, and that's my point. That's like half a decent, crappy house, or a really nice truck, one or the other. What did he say? Content creators have to go back and reflag all of their videos. No, well, you don't. Here's my suggestion. Take all of your videos and set them as private if you're worried at all. Okay? And from this moment on, make content COPA friendly. Then when you have an opportunity, go back through all of your old videos and make a decision individually on each one. Yeah, it's going to take some time. It's going to be frustrating, but it's something you have to do if you want to move forward and be okay and know that you're not going to get in trouble. If you're worried about getting in trouble because you said piss, dirt, fuck, dipstick, shithead on any one of your old fucking videos, man, then you probably should delete it or make it so that it's adult friendly content only. That way there's no question as to whether it's going to pass or fail the FTC.
Yeah, well, it's a big line where they get. It's almost, if they starting if to hate you, then you got kid console.
Oh, I'm waiting. I will put my content 48 hours before January 1st. If they haven't come up with a better system and work things out with YouTube, I'll set all my content as private, and then I'll go back through it. Right? I've been keeping track of where I started my COPA-friendly content. I'll go back through it. Like, this is obviously for adults. This will be marked for adults. The kid watches this, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's. I get it. For the kids, I get it, but it's not a thing. Like you said, content creators should be thinking about. It's the parents' job to keep kids away from. It's like going to the movies and going to a horror movie or 21+ movie, and you bring your kid.
Right.
Same thing.
And you think America? I don't know. When I think of America, I don't think censorship, and that's what this is. I know it's being labeled under child protection, but if you want child protection, there's better ways of approaching it. If you need $170 million out of YouTube, I get that. But don't censor people that are, with these types of restrictions in place, the people that aren't making a boatload of money are just going to be disinterested in continuing their work.
Yeah.
So it's got to get fixed.
I mean, like I said, my revenue already got sliced in half. Like, just by making the decision to make my channel adult based, sliced in half immediately.
Yeah, I see that on the live streams. Normally I get and I got around 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Now, if there's 3 inside,
maybe the revenue will pick up from the subscribers with donations and stuff like that.
TCM said he deleted all of his content.
Oh, do that.
I wouldn't do that. I would set it as private. You don't have to delete it. If it's private, nobody can watch it and it can't be reviewed by the FTC, and then you can make a decision as you go. I really hope you didn't delete all your content, man. That sucks.
Yeah,
Think about
I did that before. Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of hours I've invested in editing and putting my time and energy into this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
parents today just go, "Hey, kid, shut up, go somewhere and take this, you little rat, and go
Yeah.
play. We don't want to deal with you."
And do you really think they ain't gonna watch this? Because if they put taking the tablet of the parents, they
Oh yeah. The first thing they're doing is going on YouTube and looking up stupid challenges and knockout videos.
yeah, of course.
You know? Who ate a Tide Pod? Hey, Cat, did you see this kid eat a Tide Pod? What are you
Yeah.
doing, bro? My dog's coming to say hi. Here, let's do this. You coming to say hi? Hi.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
She's
What are you
getting
doing?
a great beard.
I'd watch someone eating an iPod.
I don't know, man. Kids are stupid today. Kids are. I think it's all good. Let your kid go out and hurt themselves. That is how we learned. Okay, sheltering your child does nothing. Let them learn the difference between right, wrong, and getting hurt by going out and doing stupid things. That's what we used to do, isn't it? We used to go out and ride our bike and hit jumps and face plant and knock our teeth
I can't
out.
tell if you're being facetious or not.
I'm being serious. Look, man, I grew up with a dad who was like, "Try it. Let me know how it turns out." You know? All right, cool. So what did I do? I'd go outside and I'd try the stupid experiment that was on my mind. Half the time it would work, the other half it wouldn't, and I'd be apologizing forever for doing something stupid.
Hey,
You
and you
know?
still got both your eyes. It worked out.
I'm still intact. I'm still here. Barely hanging on, but we're here. But I guess the point is, man, is that these kids are the parents are sheltering their kids so much now. They don't have the ability to go out and learn the difference between right and wrong. And dude, I've never seen kids act like the way they are now towards adults. They just don't care. I'm a minor. I can say what I want. Boy, I'll tell you what, come over here and say that right here to my face. If you step in a grown man's ring, I'm going to treat you like one. Come on, get over here. You ever see that video of that dude that whips that kid with his belt and it wasn't his kid?
Yeah, and he sincerely didn't see he had a problem with it.
No, he had zero problem whipping that kid's butt, dude. Like the kid
We
tried
need
to
to go back to that mentality. Exactly.
right,
We need to go back to that train of thought, man.
dude. I'm telling you, man.
I'm
Dude,
not saying you have to. But you can get a little bit. But nowadays, man, if you talk a little bit to a kid and you raise your voice, even the parents get mad at you. They don't ask, what did the kid do? They don't ask. Yeah? They only see you raging at the kid. Hey, why the freak did you hit it? Throwing a ball against my window on purpose. You can say something about it, but then you get the parents. They even go to the teachers.
in this video, Roland, I don't know if you've seen it, but this kid tries to steal this dude's pants while they're at the park, and in his pants was his wallet and his livelihood. And this old guy, he wasn't old, he was probably in his 30s. He grabs this kid when he realizes what's happening, and he brings him back, and he makes his friend record. And he says, "Yo, I don't know whose little shit this is, but I'm going to do what you should do at his house to him right now." And he takes off his belt and he whops this. I'm telling you, man, he laid this smack down on this kid with that belt, to the point where that kid was crying his eyes out and apologizing. And then he sends him on his way.
Last time that will ever happen.
Well, the dude probably went to jail because, some parent somewhere, some adult was like, "You can't do that to kids." I bet you that kid never screwed around again after that.
That was the last time.
That was the last time that kid made a shit decision in his life.
I used to pick up rocks when I was a kid and throw them. And my dad said, "Stop that." And I went out there and I picked up another rock, threw it right in the air. I yelled, "Heads up." It came down and cracked my cousin in the head. Well, that was the last time I touched rocks.
Oh yeah. If you ever want to put things in perspective for a disobedient child, right? This is what you do. You take the kid after they've done wrong. Okay. Starts off simple. Go put your face in timeout. Go look at the wall until I say you can come off the wall. If that doesn't work and that persists, then we move on to the transition of spankings and butt whoopings. Okay. As much as parents want to say, I would never hit my child, I'd never do this, we are all better for it. I promise you, we all turned out to be great kids and we all moved forward with life and became adults and we didn't eat Tide Pods and do dumb shit like that. If we did something stupid, it was on 2 wheels and we were outside trying to hurt ourselves on our bikes or rollerblades or hockey. Okay. But if you ever have a disrespectful little shit that you've raised, the easiest way to explain things to the point where he will understand or she will understand is that you are going to stare them into their soul and you are going to say, I am going to give you this ass whooping because you deserve it. When this is all said and done, I'm going to hand you the phone and you can call whoever you want to call. But here's the promise I will guarantee you. They will come, they will take you away, and I will fight for many years to get you back into this home where I care and love for you. Okay? Because once they take you away, you will not be loved by anybody. You will be transferred from school to school, place to place. You will have nothing. You will own nothing until I can get you back, if it's even possible to get you back. That's a decision you're going to have to make.
I can guarantee you that's a little too wordy. You wouldn't be saying all that when you're mad.
Oh, man. My dad laid it on me. I learned real quick.
Hey, Dan, I mean, to be honest, like if you're a good parent and you have that mindset from the beginning, the whole spanking thing don't even come into the picture unless 1 out of 1,000.
True. That's also true. I also think the fact is that I don't know how it's in the USA, but over here you need to work with 2 people, you know, to have a luxury life and have kids and buy a house and etc. etc. When my parents grew me up, only my father worked. My mother was always doing dealing with the kids at home, and I got 4 or 3 sisters, so we were with 6 people. And yeah, my father did the work and bring the money in, and my mother was always there for us. So, of course, we get into trouble, and you get a little bit of, I'm gonna tell your daddy tonight. You know, that was enough to scare us, or not scare us, but to.
That was enough because your parents brought you up to have that fear to begin with.
Yeah,
and
a little.
Dan made a good point. You put the kid in the corner. And if that doesn't work, you progress. But 99% of the time, that's going to work because you're raising a good kid to begin with.
Yeah.
It's the bad parents that are raising the bad kids that then try the corner. That ain't going to work because it's the first time they used it.
However, I'm trying to reach out to the child's mentality. We've tried everything else. This doesn't seem to get through to you. I don't want to have to spank you, but I was that kid too. It started off simple. It started off with staring in the corner of the wall, timeout, take things away, privileges, blah, blah, blah. When that doesn't resolve itself, it's time for a spanking. You obviously don't know the difference between right and wrong, and that has to be instilled in you somehow. It's no different than going to school and learning cursive. How many times do they have to teach it to you? You get it wrong a lot, so they make you redo it again and again and again until it becomes repetitive nature and you own it. It's yours now. That's something you will always maintain. It's up here and it's in your head. Now, how do you do that with a child? It's the same principle with a spanking. No kid wants to be spanked. No kid wants that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the worst case scenario, is that you have to put your hands on your child. But I'm not saying go turn the kid's tushy purple. I'm saying you give him a spanking that's deserved.
No, don't get me wrong, Dan. I've raised 4 kids, so I definitely agree in laying hands on it if it's required. The one thing that I guess I don't like about the spanking ordeal is that it feels like that's all I have left. Right. I don't like ever getting to the end of my arsenal of things to do or equipment of being able to, I don't want to be, this is it. And if he misbehaves past this, then what do I do? I'm screwed,
But that's where my next part comes in. Words, man. You have to reach the child's mentality now. And you said your last resort is spanking, but it's not. You're going to give the kid the spanking. Well, he's going to get it because he deserves it. It's something he earned or she earned. But you want to instill the fact that she can make a decision or he can make a decision from here if they want a better life or they think there's something else out there. If you are not happy here, here's the phone. You call whoever you want to. Okay? That's a decision only you can make, and I'm going to let you make it. All right? Yeah, man, it sucks. It sucks having to turn the phone over to the child because they may just make a brash decision, but that's something they'll have to own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. I know some kids that would make the call too.
I'll do what I can to get you back, but that's, once again, you just have to lay the examples out for them. Dude, nobody's going to love you. You'll have nothing. Nobody will buy you stuff. You won't have any of what you're having here now, and all I asked you to do was clean up your room. Doesn't that seem simple enough just to pick up your stuff?
Yeah, look at what Mars said. I don't even have to speak. I just look at my kids and they know.
He gives them the Clint Eastwood.
Dan, I want you as my dad, man.
Hey, I had a great dad. I got picked up by my hair one time. I didn't even know that was a thing. I got thrown bodily through the door. I can't remember. Oh, I remember what it was. I hit him with something when he was coming after me. I didn't want to get spanked. So I picked up the nearest thing I had. It was like a little switch stick. I hit him. It must have hurt because it pissed him off. I'll never forget that butt whooping. But that's why I said it's instilled in me now. I live with that. And you know how I know that it still worked? As an adult, I still ask myself, when I go make a decision that's big or it's going to change my life or do something life-altering in some kind of way, I still ask myself, would my parents approve? As an adult, I still ask myself that question. Would my parents approve of this decision? That's how I know what they did worked. You know what I mean? Like it is there for life. It is something that has been instilled in me. It is part of my instincts now. I can thank my dad for that. He was Catholic raised and went to Catholic schools, and my grandpa believed in spankings, and I thank him for it because I was a hellion as a kid. So,
I once had a school incident. I was a little bit of a pain in the ass on school, with a teacher in 5th grade. I think you call it 5th grade, yeah. And he threw this shoe. Yeah, open shoe. How do you call it? Like a flip flop, but then heavier. So he threw it to me. So I got this flip flop, threw it back at him, and then my father came to talk to the principal. The principal talking. Okay, so I got home, man. I even got it from my father. Oh, you didn't listen at the first beginning, so the still was a pain in the ass after that, but I always think about that, it's
there are just, like I said, man, there's just some things you just don't forget. Some of those are good life lessons, man, that had to be learned. Imagine if you didn't learn those lessons, man. How would you turn out? And we're seeing that today. Parents are afraid to put their hands on kids. And because of that, these kids are going out in public and doing whatever the hell they want to and acting like they can just do what the fuck they want to. It doesn't matter.
I don't have kids, but my sisters have kids. They don't need spanking. They just, but you gotta talk to them, if you know what I mean. Like to a dog, if you punish them, you raise your voice and they go to bed, or no computer, or no Nintendo, or no
privileges. That works sometimes.
If that doesn't work, that's a. Yeah.
It just takes time. I mean, you don't have to beat a dog in order to get it to listen in mind.
Well, no, and we're
You
not
have
saying
to encourage good
No,
behavior.
no. I know you're not saying that, buddy. I'm not saying
a dog doesn't quite have the same mentality as a kid. Like
No, no,
there's a
I
big
don't-
learning curve difference there. You know, one has a lot lower intellectual, capacity than the other one does. The other one can distinguish right from wrong. Dogs don't. Dogs are trained a certain way from birth, and that's kind of how they act. Now, not everyone is that way. Some of them have a chemical imbalance causing them to do things they wouldn't normally do. But, dogs, as long as you treat them right, man, they're going to love you no matter what. That's just how it goes. Whereas a kid, a dog only really wants to make you happy. That's all a dog wants to do is just make you happy. Kids are kind of make you happy for a while, then they hit a certain age, and then all of a sudden they're rebellious as hell. It's like, okay, here we go. And then you've already learned, man, the no stage. No, I'm not going to. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I guess I meant from the dog training aspect. If you start building up good traits and good habits early on, then it makes your life a lot easier as they get up into that hellion stage.
Yeah, and that's also with kids, I don't say kids and dogs are the same, but maybe just a little bit in the beginning, because like you said, the dog has his nature things in his. One dog is a swimmer, the other dog is
right instincts.
Yeah. But kids, if you like good behavior, that's good behavior.
It's rewarded.
Not every time, of course, but
right.
With a kid it is, because else it gets spoiled, and even not good. But if it's necessary,
oh yeah, dude, I would never beat a dog. They because they don't understand. The dog doesn't have the mental capacity to understand. Some do. You can tell when they know they've made a difference between right and wrong. As much as I want to say that they don't know, they do, because when you come home and you stare at them, the dog goes, "Oh no, I made a boo-boo.
What did I do?
I chewed something up, man." Yeah. So I guess dogs are like little kids. You know what I'm saying? I guess in a sense.
Yeah, but it's a little. It's not the same, but it's just,
right. There's still some variances there for sure.
It's not a human, of course.
But no, scolding a dog normally works just with an easy no, bad no.
Like back in the days, you gotta. They said to pull the leash if the dog doesn't do right. Like 15 years ago. Now, if you do it now, you get in big trouble. That's not training a dog. You need to if he's showing good behavior, give him something. And sometimes, like my dog, that's a dog. It's not like a rabbit or something. When she was little. There's a lot of guarding in there. So I had to tame that a little bit, not by hurting her, but I had to pick her up one time by her neck or two times, in the like the mothers do.
I guess Ryan dropped out. One of these times, Ruland, I'm gonna figure out how to put these old Hi8 films on digital somehow.
I just did that, man, with one tape.
Yeah, I don't know how to get these old tape, and I want to do it before they degrade. They're almost degraded. I'm pretty old. These are pretty old.
I got ones from the 80s or something, 88.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I made these when I was like 12 or 13. These are movies that I made back in the day.
I got, before vlogging even exists, I walked around... in Florida, in Kissimmee, with my Hi8 camera, watching It's crazy, man.
Yeah, no, it's funny stuff, bro. But like this one says my Star Wars movie.
Oh, you made something there. Yeah.
I did, man. It was split-second time filming. Start the camera, stop the camera, move the little action figure a little bit further until it looks like they're walking. Right. This was made when I was like 12, dude. This is probably epic. I'm 32 now, turning 33. I haven't seen this in forever. I'm sure this is hilarious. I would love to post this on the channel. Here's another one. Indiana James? What is that about?
Looks like Indiana Jones.
I literally labeled it PG-13. This has got to be the most horrible movie ever for a 12-year-old or 13-year-old to make, man.
Do
You
you
know?
still have the camera?
No.
Ah, that's the problem.
I do remember those. I saw them the other day in storage. I was like, wow, I was really young when I made these. So
I still have the camera, so I bought the USB plug where you put in the red, white, and yellow. So maybe you can buy a cheap Hi8 camera on Craigslist or what's it called there.
yeah,
Maybe.
true. No, man, I looked them up, dude. People that
Oh.
have them are selling them for like over $120, man.
Ah,
I think it
over
would
here
be.
they like you can buy them here like for 20 bucks right now. Good working order, that is.
Wow, you show me where that link is, and I'll buy one.
That's
But
Marktplaats.
yeah, no, I thought about just taking them down to Walgreens before I waited any
or
longer.
bring them to. But
Yeah.
they ask per minute, right?
What's that?
Well, you can put them also to a company to digitalize them, and over here it wouldn't be that much because you can say just put it, just tape it one-on-one and don't do anything,
Right.
and then you cut it out at yourself. Or what's not? But I think they charge you then per minute or so for how long the video is going.
We'll have to check that out.
I
Either
did one.
way, I thought these would be fun to put up here. I highly doubt either of these movies are over 25 minutes long.
Yeah, I did one, and if you look at it now, it's the quality isn't great, but it's like 800 by 600 or so your resolution.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure these are going to be horrible looking. But back in the day, yeah, horrible looking. No doubt in my mind.
Let me check if I can find it real quick. I'll put it on for you. Even kijken, video. Where did I put that? Probably here. Properties.
So like I was saying while you're searching for that, I think I've found a few new ideas. Do I think I'm going to keep buying new products to show on the channel? No. Because the money's not there. There's no investment coming back in. It seems dumb to just keep blowing thousands of dollars on drones and not getting any return off of it. You know what I mean? I don't, the commercial market is tanking as well. 75% of the commercial market didn't recertify for their commercial 107 license. So it's a dying, once again, man, it's a dying commercial aspect. It's drones. Unless you can get in somewhere really good, there's no competitive market for it anymore. People are doing drone shoots for $60 a piece. I wouldn't even drive to a location and put my equipment in the air for $60. Sorry. Not going to happen. And now they're expecting people to do the editing of the photos and color grading before they turn them in. So not only are you only going to make $60, but they want you to do all the editing as well. Not me. Ain't going to be me.
No.
I got enough stuff here to start a decent blog channel. That's what I might just do. We'll see.
Heb je rustig, hè?
Huh?
Oh, my dog, she's... Oh, I just found it and now it's gone. Oh, shit, it doesn't recognize the extension. I'll show you another time.
All right. Sounds good. I'm actually going to get off here, man. I got to take a shower and get ready to go take my flu shot.
Flu.
Floozer. Andrew said, why not, Dan? Why not what, Andrew? Why not? What?
Why not? Put your own products to make some money, maybe. I think YouTube has enough creators and vloggers and bloggers. They don't need.
I'm not saying that I couldn't grow. I'm fairly certain I could, man. I could probably grow pretty easily if I chose to go that route, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to chase vlogging either. Vlogging means a lot of time in a car, taking trips, going places, spending money as well. But the difference is I'm not spending it on drone equipment, so I think it's more fun to travel than it is to buy new drones. I think the trip and the travel is more fun than just blowing money on new consumer grade drone products. So if you got a drone that works and it does everything you need it to, what's really the problem? Go take your adventure, take your vacation, take your drone with you and get your footage.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I think about it. And if you crash it, search for a new, better one.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I got three working solos here. I did order. Well, actually, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what vlog camera I wanted to go with. I'm fixing my car up so I can start doing deliveries and start making money again. So we're putting money into my car, right? Because that has to happen if I want to maintain having any kind of pay coming in or any kind of,
Yeah.
So I have to, and unfortunately, that's something that I have to do. So I'm putting the parts into the car, buying those, and then doing the work myself with a buddy. And I ended up getting a different vlog camera because it was time to get something with stabilization. Everybody, I'm not buying the stupid little Osmo Pocket and all those dumb little. The digital stabilization is plenty. I don't see the point to all the need for all the gimbals and all that bullshit. Fun. Keep it fun and simple. I want one camera I can just turn on, start recording, and just hold like this. Hey guys, what's up? Blah 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 blah. With stabilization,
something like that. Then, yeah.
But I didn't want a GoPro because it doesn't have all the features I'm looking for. I wanted to be able to take non-wide angle shots as well as macro, and I wanted at least a 20 times optical zoom. So I had to go with a vlog camera. Like I said, you can get vlog cameras now for a very decent price, and if I like the camera and you guys like the camera I found, I'll tell you what I bought it for, because I only paid $25. And don't get me wrong, 3 years ago when the camera came out, it was $500, but now you can find them for around $25 to $30. Yeah. And they're used now by a lot of YouTubers as vlog cameras. It's actually the #1 vlog camera currently chosen out right now, and it's surprising what you can pick them up for. It is supplied by Sony, so it is a Sony camera, but there are tons of them on eBay as refurbished and used. So if anybody was interested, you can get them normally for under $40. So something to consider with all that stabilization, optical zoom, 1080. I think they shoot.
I see some good cameras, yeah, but expensive over here on the better cameras.
Sony and it was a choice between Canon, and Sony, and they both had
a little one or like
it's a smaller one. It's a pocket. It's a pocket camera with an extendable optical lens that comes out and but when all is said and done, it's that big.
Yeah.
You throw it in your pocket. Pull it out. Back in the pocket.
Maybe a better microphone out of microphones on there.
Actually, the one I chose has stereo microphones.
Oh, that's cool.
How cool is that, man? It comes with built-in stereo microphone. It also has a quick shot side on the lens for taking macro shots. Just one simple click and then move right in on your shot and take it, and you can get a bumblebee at like crazy resolution and all. So like I said, it is a camera that has the needs of every vlogger, every YouTube channel for a fraction of the price of a GoPro. Now don't get me wrong, like I said, when it came out, it was a $500 camera. It was $489 or
around here.
So but that was 3 years ago. Now you can pick this camera up, like I said, used for like under 40. If you just do a little searching on eBay, you can find them. So Steve Carpenter, hey bro, what is happening? Handheld crap footage without stabilization. Oh no, I agree. I'm tired. I'm trying to get away from doing this to you guys because this is my original hero. As much as I love this camera, it's 10 years old.
Yeah, it's
this camera. I have a bunch of GoPros, but this one has always had the best color grading to me, and it's super wide angle, and it always shows an amazing sky. But the problem is this camera is very limited for me because I can't do zooming. And the pictures I take, no matter what, are going to be wide angle shots, and it's going to have bent horizon and bent whatever. You can't get away from that. So I realized it was time for me to try to do a favor for all of you to start bringing stabilized footage to the table, and make
you don't want that. Hey? Look what I bought for my phone a couple of months ago. But
Go get it, because I'm going to grab mine. Go get it.
Oops. I just bought this little thing. Well, you don't like to do that, but it has
Yeah. Now, how much did you pay for that?
$100, I think.
$100?
Yeah, $100, 120.
Not too shabby.
And I just put my phone in there, and it shoots 4K, the phone. But like you said, the zoom is
the necessity.
Yeah. Well, it is kind of nice zoom. Yeah.
There you go, man. That's mine.
Oh yeah, I got the same.
Yeah. So and if I turn it on, it does a very good job stabilizing. But you know what the difference is, man? Take a guess.
$20.
$25. Battery operated, everything. Plugs into your main Android charger. Does everything I need it to.
Yeah,
And but like I said,
no zoom.
It also has Bluetooth trigger buttons on here, like you have on yours, which allows me to roll the rocker down and control the phone angle.
Yeah.
So it gives you all your main features, but for $20. Now this is the XCam Sight 2, I think. But the problem is, guys, this is a lot of setup. This is annoying. I now have to carry my phone, take it out of its case to use it, put this thing away, make sure it's charged, pop this in your pocket. Now I have this big extra gaudy thing as well as this. This is too much. I don't want to carry all this shit when I'm out for the day. I want one camera I can just pull out of my pocket. Bam. E-Drone, what's up?
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew. I have the Canon EOS 200D, insane cam, but crap without gimbal video. That is, yeah, Mars. I mean, like I said, we'll look into this. I'll check the camera out, and if I think it is a good deal, I'll probably still use it. It actually has a micro HDMI port, which got me thinking, Roland.
Yeah.
Solo.
Could do that.
Solo.
Yeah.
DSLR solo.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's not so heavy, yeah.
Yeah, pretty light. Well, I don't know. It says it weighs 9 ounces. I want to say there's a good little weight to it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not into too much cameras.
No. Well,
no, not
I
anymore.
kind of. You don't really go out and do videos though, like you used to, man. You're not like out with the dog walking. You're not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do that, but it's that's also a pain in the ass, man. I have to watch the dog. I have to watch that. I have, and I'm always alone. When I kind of think that it's hard to keep an eye on everything.
Yeah.
If you've seen it once, I can't go every time back to the same spot, same space, same. But also a little bit getting tucked in here with the drone and the filming. And if you film other people, they got also you need permission if you want to put it on the YouTube, etc. Even or blur them. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the ass here.
I understand.
Yeah. Like I think it's now for 2 years or so we got that rule. Yeah. So like back in the days, you could walk with your phone. You can still do that, but if you put it out on the tube or on any other news thing, you gotta have an autograph of every person that's in the video that they don't mind.
Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, so this is what I bought, man. That Sony I was telling you about, the 16.2 megapixel Carl Zeiss lens with advanced 1080, all the good stuff. This also does 3D shots, which is pretty cool, man. This is like a 4-in-1 variable camera. It does 3D sweep panorama shots as well. So this is kind of like a every camera for every occasion needed. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I considered this camera. Now, 3 years ago, it was $500. Now you can pick them up. I mean, just to show you what I paid for it, I paid $19.99 plus like $5 in shipping. That came with a 16 gig card, a new battery, you know, everything that it takes to run this thing on. But I have a micro adapter, so I'll be probably upgrading the size pretty fast. I'll be putting like a 250 gig card in it or something.
Ja, is goed. Ja. Yeah.
But yeah, man, this thing got really, really good reviews. Everywhere I looked, this thing had fantastic reviews. It was like the #1 choice for vloggers. So if you guys were thinking about this camera, it is the Sony DSC WX50. They also have a WX100, which is just a few options different than this is, for almost the same price. And it is 18.2. And then they have a 20.1 megapixel, which is the WX800. And that one supplies some other crazy features that I just don't understand. I'm not into cameras like that, but anyways, to be able to get Sony and Canon stuff for, you know, a decent price, I've always gone to eBay, man. You can pick up these you know, nicer cameras that are a little older for a fairly good price, I think. So
Yeah, I see they have. Yeah, I'm looking at the Sony site right now. They have a couple of new ones also.
yeah. I think anything over
I don't see
16.
anything about stabilization in the
On what?
on the cameras. I can't find.
Yeah, because at the time it wasn't a big feature.
Oh, okay.
It's there. I just, like I said, at the time nobody was really cared about stabilization like we do now. I have seen videos, and I looked it up. I have seen videos where people have the stabilization active riding bikes around, and it looks good. You know, it looks presentable for a vlog camera. I would have no issue with it. But yeah, I think at the time that this came out, people weren't really worrying about stabilization so much. They were just worried about taking pictures. I mean, remember, it wasn't designed to be a handy cam. It's an actual digital camera, but it also has a 30-minute record time. There's like, it's weird how taxes work, man. The tax bracket for like handy cams and video cameras versus digital cameras, right? I was looking into this. Most of your little digital cameras that you buy only have a 10-minute record time, right?
Oh.
Even though they can record in HD, if they go over that, they're considered, at the time, they would have been considered a video camera as opposed to a digital camera. You see what I'm saying? And so you had to pay different taxes and stuff on that, and port fees, and I guess it was cheaper, but then Sony found a way to kind of get around that somehow.
Yeah, well,
So they offer 30-minute record times, 29.99, I guess, 29.99. So 29 minutes and whatever seconds, 60 seconds to 29.59 seconds, whatever, you know.
Yeah, well, Steve has a good point also. Cameras are the cheapest part of photography. The lenses are
Cost the bucks.
Not in the little ones. It's not that problem, because it is not detachable.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to look like an idiot. Every time I took this out, I look like an idiot. You know, people are like, "Really, bro?" It's like,
yeah, well, it works. Painted black.
well, you still look like an idiot standing there holding this massive, like, you know. But like, I couldn't imagine you walking around with that thing, dude. Yeah, like I almost wish the Parrot Bebop had
Dingen. Yeah.
had audio. Yeah, I'd just screw it onto it and walk around with that stabilization. I'd be good to go, man. You know, but no, can't do that.
Yeah. Well, maybe you still need the NFE to do that with
I still would like to get the Anafi at some point, man.
enough.
I know, yeah.
It's an expensive drone, or not too expensive, but it's kind of cool if you walk 4K, 60 frames.
Well, I will consider the Xeno if they can ever get the damn firmware worked out correctly on it. All right, that thing is a wreck still. I don't care what anybody says. It is not good yet. Every single person I see flying it still has really twitchy movements, which is that is Hubsan firmware right there causing that. They need to find somebody who knows how to tune properly and get a tuning guy in there to tune the software. That way they can make fluid movements. It has this thing with Hubsan that has plagued Hubsan products for the longest, is when you're coming in hot, right? And you're going like 15, 20 miles an hour and you just let go of the stick. Instead of it gliding to a halt, what does it do? It peppers the brakes and then it like does this wonky like half circle and then it slows down and then it stops moving. That is bad tuning. That's what that is. That is horrible tuning. Somebody needs to get in there with that company and resolve things. No way, Dan.
And then we got the Mavic Mini going, what everybody loves. Oh, I love the Mavic Mini.
Steve, you're crazy, man. This thing is nice and all, but no, man. This thing is too much. It's too much.
Too much.
And it doesn't go in your pocket easily. That's fat, dude. That's big. It's like a 2/4 pounders, man. That's a fanny pack item right there. You know? Don't I look good in my European man satchel? What are you doing over there, Solo? If you start walking around carrying a drone and talking, I think people will be concerned. Hey, listen, man. My channel name is Drone Worship. I worship these things, all right? It wouldn't be any more strange. What are you doing? I'm worshiping my drone, bro. You got a problem with that? Kick rocks, pal.
No. If it does a job for you, it does the job. Simple.
I know.
And I am not aiming to be a professional, but you're aiming at the good possible footage at a decent price, normal.
Listen, man, kids, adults, everybody's so, I don't know, man. We're spoiled now by stabilization, right? That's what's happened. And I get it. I watch one of my videos and it's like choppy and I'm walking around, you see all the movement and that annoys people. It's like shaky cam basically. And then you watch a video with somebody who either has stabilization or they're using a gimbal operated setup and it looks so smooth and you're just like, man, this video is so flowing. It's like sugar smooth. Well, that's because they had the right equipment. You know what I'm saying? And if I notice it, that means everybody else notices it. So at some point you have to make a decision for your channel. If you want to move forward, stabilization is part of it. Whether that's gimbal or you know, digital, that's up to you, but you need to start making the choice now. People are not going to be watching shaky cam footage much longer.
No, they're done with that. That's true.
Yeah.
Boring footage and needs to be spectacular, eh? Tell a story.
The only time I want to see shaky cam footage is when it's mounted on a dirt bike or something like that. And the reason why is because it lets you know how rough the terrain really is. Yeah, but when you're out there getting pummeled and you hit a jump and you smack the ground and the whole thing does this and you're like, holy mackerel. But the stabilization takes all that out of it and it just looks like this smooth thing just happened and everybody actually just smashed their head on the ceiling and you don't know that because the stabilization is so good you don't actually feel the hit, you know. So
yeah, well, it's still, if it's really shaky,
oh, I get it.
If it's and the camera is bad and it's so shaky, you only see pixels shoving around sometimes, you know. That's not. Well, yeah, back in the days it was normal. Like look at your first
That's not going to save you, E-Drone. I don't know who told you that, but that's not going to save you, man. If the FTC decides that whether you say it's for 14 or older, man, that doesn't change anything. The FTC wants to come down on your head. They're going to come down on your head. Oh, craziness. Electric skateboard, Osmo, and Samsung Galaxy S7. Very smooth footage, but needs a better phone. He, he, he. What's up, Rick? Rick Halliburton, the Heezy. Artco, what's happening? Unfortunately, guys are kind of popping in at a bad time because I got to start getting ready here. I got about 20 minutes to get prepared and walk out the door here. So
yeah, you say goodbye to the guys.
I'm gonna say goodbye to the guys.
I'll see you later.
Guys, I'm out of here, man. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for being supportive. Rick, you're amazing, sir, for the GoFundMe. If you can, man, don't let it die. If you can keep sharing it, keep sharing it. I still haven't figured out my situation yet, so I'm doing the best I can. The more it gets shared, the more it helps. I got to do something here, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. I can't get FMLA to help me. I can't, nothing, no state assistance. And my doctors are being so unpredictable. I just need one of them to commit to the fact and say that this is going to be an ailment for over 12 months, and then I can actually solve some of my issues here. But Dr. Davis and Dr. Clark and Dr. Greenberg and Dr. blah, 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 I can't even think of his name, Paretos, none of them are coming to conclusions, and they're not helping me because I can't make decisions when they don't help me. So that's very frustrating. It's very frustrating to not know what's going on. So, but if anybody wants a boat, I'm about to drop the price again because it's not selling. So $700, you can have a boat. Just saying. So yeah, man. Good times. I'm not claiming bankruptcy at 32 years old. That's not going to happen. All right. It just ain't going to happen. I'm not going to let the government beat me. We will beat the government. Yes, sir. Wow, Steve. I don't know you had it on hand like that. Okay, well, you can share it in it. I didn't know you had it that quick, man. I don't even know where it disappeared to. I was like, wow, I haven't seen it posted in a while. It just kind of fell off. But yeah, man. Other than that, I'm just trying to figure out a way to revamp the channel, deal with Copa, put car parts in my car, and hopefully start delivering for Postmates if I can get my car in any kind of decent shape, so I at least have some kind of income coming in during all of this, because it's getting very frustrating. It's getting very frustrating not getting a doctor to give me answers. So ask your doctor about drinking beet juice. Ugh. Charles Smith, I don't know about all that, man. I don't know. I'll consider it. I hate beets, bro. Ugh. Oh, you guys are awesome, man. Hell yeah. Well, guys, I gotta get going. I have to go get I have 2 doctor's appointments today and a flu shot, so we get to go find out what my hemoglobin count is now for the first time after leaving the hospital. I was at 7.4 when I left. That was still very low. I still look very pale, so I'm not sure how much blood my body has produced. I've lost 42 pounds now, so that's crazy. Continuing to go down here. But yeah, so that's the update, man. That's what's happening. And me and Brian, I think, are going to start doing some collaborations. Drone on YouTube channel and myself are going to start doing some collaborations, which should be pretty fun. I have these ideas now to progressively move forward with my channel without spending tons of money on buying new drones constantly and new stuff. So we'll see where that goes. We'll see what happens. Thank you for being here, guys. Thank you for smashing the like button. Thank you for being super supportive. And Steve, Chris, all you guys, man, you're amazing. Rick, You guys are awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna go get this flu shot that I'm not looking forward to, and I will talk to you guys later. So, are you pale or is this the new goth look? I'm definitely pale, man. I cannot get this white to go away. See, if I get in the light, you can see where I'm just like white. Like there's just not much color to my face, arms, anything. Like this all used to look, I just look white. My hands look white. My fingers look white. There's not much blood flow in anything. So, yeah. Still pale. I used to be able to squeeze my hand and then you could see the blood leave it, but it looks like there's not much in there still. My veins are not popping out, so I don't know, man. I'm probably still really low on blood. And that'll take months to get that to come back up. So, all right, guys, I gotta go. I have 15 minutes now to get ready and start planning things. So I wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to all of you. You're all incredible. If you have any questions regarding COPA, FTC, anything I've talked about, feel free to get back to me. My email address will be in the description of the video. If you have any questions about where I get my music, what editing software I use, any of that stuff, all that will be in, like I said, you can reach out to me. My email address in the description of the video. I know we covered a lot of topics today, so feel free to get in touch with me. So, all right, guys, thanks for being awesome. I'm out of here. Toodaloo.